What's up, everybody? This is Shinjiro from Java's Reading Fight Club, and as always, I am joined by my friend Galley Drifter.
What's up, everyone?
What is shaking? Hope everyone's
Chilling.
having a good week. Our first week of baseball is over.
Woo!
Woo! It's been an interesting week. we'll, we'll get into the details of that in a little bit,
Yep.
especially for us Dodger
Strange
fans.
one.
Yes, it's been I don't know, I'm gonna call it momentous, interesting. Who knows? As always, I put the link to our Instagram in there, so anyone watching or not watching, or maybe watching later, who knows? Go ahead and follow us on Instagram. You can see some of our updates and some of the other things we do outside of our videos. And give us a like, give us a subscribe, all that kind of good shit. Anyways, shall we get started?
Let's.
All right. So let's first talk about this week's video, which my PowerPoint is not working. Hold on a second.
Technical difficulty.
Technical
I wish we had
difficulties.
that technical difficulty screen from The Simpsons.
Oh, I know, right? We might get what's it called, DMCA or whatever.
Oh, true. Yeah, copyrighted for
Yeah,
for an image.
all kinds of craziness with that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, something. Actually, it's Discord causing issues. Give me one sec here.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, something
Well,
happened with Discord. Discord locked up their audio.
huh.
So hold on
Damn
a
you,
sec, everybody.
Discord.
Apologies if we get cut off here. Let me do this. There it goes.
Ah, here we go.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, we're back. We're back. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, I had to.
cycle, cycle
give
through
it
everything.
yield memory dump.
You're looking into the
Right?
future.
Now they know what's coming. All right. Anyways, next week's video, not baseball. We opened a pair of Musume Japanese edition trial decks from Weiss Schwarz.
Yeah, there's a pickup we got from Frankenson,
Yep.
I believe.
It was kind of funny because I think when we filmed the video, they still hadn't announced the actual English release, and so I think in the video we do mention, man, I hope the English release comes out.
Yeah, and then like I think literally a couple days later they were like, "Hey, we're gonna release the."
Yeah. So that's kind of a
the
look into the behind the curtain, so to speak, of how we record these videos way in advance.
Yep. Yep.
Anyways, it was fun. Kind of give everyone a preview of what's coming up. Well, sort of. One of these trial decks, I believe, is from Beginning of a New Era, which is the second set. The trial deck with Special Week on the front is from the first set, which we will be getting in English coming soon. But it was
Yeah, in June or July, I think.
June, yeah.
Yeah.
So on the next slide, I'll show you. Actually, a recycled slide from our previous live chat.
Hey, no.
Pre-orders are already over, so if you missed out, you're not SOL. There are some vendors out there who are still taking pre-orders because they ordered probably several cases.
hmm
Um, Shout out to the guy from Frankenson, which is Trusses Collectibles, I believe it's called. He's also known as kind of like the White Schwartz guy in Southern California. Um, he's probably like the only White Schwartz only vendor we know of.
Right.
And he's like the biggest one because most of the LCSs who have White Schwartz here, it's like they might have it occasionally, or it's one of it's buried behind all the Pokemon cards. You
Yeah.
know.
I almost feel like this specific set of voice shorts would probably be the biggest that they could
Well, I think
carry right now.
Hololive was the biggest, like
True.
U.S. sales wise, but it's been a while since that came out. So yeah, in recent
Mhm.
memory, I think this is definitely the biggest set for them.
Yeah, it's definitely a very much and this is gonna be a throwback to all the old guys listening right now. The EV1, right, is or like the Nintendo Virtual Boy, right? A product before its time.
Yeah,
Like if you had only waited 10 more years,
right.
you would have made out like gangbusters. But
Yeah, Weiss is
but
interesting because it hits multiple anime properties. It's all popular.
yeah,
I think the not really complex of the game, but like the wordy nature of the game makes it a tough pickup for people
hmm
to actually want to play. It's not as simplistic as Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, really.
yeah,
It is more complex. It needs like a specific play stage and all kinds of stuff, which is typical for Bushi Road games. Um,
Hmm.
but it's a fun set, or they're all fun sets, really. You guys can notice. I got several videos of theirs up now, with more to come, including when Musume when it does release. We have pre-ordered couple boxes. I got a couple. Did you get any boxes?
I haven't, but I did see a vendor that still has some, so
Okay, yeah.
I'll
I think I
probably grab some.
ordered two boosters and one of each, or one trial deck, or something like that.
Deck.
So yeah,
Okay.
so we'll have like the full layout. Now I'm curious to see
English.
the Japanese
Hmm.
release of Umusume Weiss Schwarz had like an crazy rate of SPs. It was like one for every two or three boxes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so SP rate was crazy, and of course it makes sense because there's like a million characters, right?
Yeah.
Most of their sets have like four or five. This one had,
Hmm.
I think at the time, there was like 50 characters, and so they had like an autograph for each one, or a
Damn.
foil auto. So there was a lot. So hopefully the U.S. release or English release is kind of the same, and maybe we'll get our second ever SP, our first ever SP, also coming from a Japanese Musume set, which that was pre us recording things. So,
Yeah.
but it remains the
Those are the
only
dark
SP we've
times.
ever been able to acquire.
Yeah, we've gotten close on some other ones, but like I've gotten like foil art ones, but I think you're the only one that has gotten a an auto, right?
Yeah, I think you got what's it called, a triple R, like the next rarity below SP.
Yeah. Hmm.
But yeah, that's the only SP we've ever gotten, was that the Meisho Dodo from Umusume Japanese edition. I think same set actually. Um, so we'll look forward to that. We'll see what happens. Should be fun.
Yep.
And on to more sort of Umusume news. Sort of, maybe, kind of. So one of the most popular characters in Musume, specifically here in the U.S. or amongst the English-speaking fans at least, is Agnes Tachyon. She is
Hmm.
a mad scientist type character. She refers to the player as a guinea pig, yada yada yada. Very popular, very funny, very insane. But the reason why I'm calling her out
Yes.
is to make this next slide somewhat Umusume related. Now, if you
Okay.
notice here, maybe please, voice actress Sumire Uesaka, right? Now she's
Oh
done a
yes.
lot. She's um what are some more recent ones? Like she was Nagatoro.
Mhm.
She's been around forever. Very popular. A lot of big roles. But she did something different.
How different was it?
They made her debut in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Well, I don't know if it's technically debut because I remember her also participating last year, but that may not
You've
have
done
been.
stuff before, right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
it may have been just like an exhibition demo thing. I don't know, but she
Oh,
did get the title for a little while.
nice.
I did watch part of the video. You guys can find it online. She took a backbreaker like a champ. And after some scuffling, moving around, yeah, she got her opponent in a knee lock to take her out. So, and the Iron Man title for them, it's like a Kumite style where it's like you fight one person after another. So while yes, she did
Oh
hold the
wow,
title, she didn't
that's
hold it for
cool.
long because the opponents
Oh
just keep
okay.
coming, right? So she was like, towards the back end of the opponents, fighting someone who's pretty tired already, and then
Oh okay, gotcha,
then
gotcha.
she wins. And I think she beat the next person too, or maybe she didn't. I'm trying to remember the exact sequence. And then, she beats someone fresh comes in and just wipes her out. But
Gotcha.
it's all for fun. She had a good time. Look like she obviously she wouldn't have volunteered for it or signed up for it if she wasn't gonna have fun,
Hmm.
right? But as far as like voice actress side quests, that's probably one of my favorite ones so far.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. So let's go on to our hobby talk for this week, and we have something, a little off the beaten path. You want to call it that? So through our friend Kingdom, who has been in talks with Pulse Trading Cards, which is like a newish company. They're also unlicensed. Their thing is, high hit rate, quote unquote, with autographs. Now they're unlicensed, so it is what it is, right?
Mhm.
And they're doing this Big League Chew set, which, I mean, that hits both of us right in the member berries, right?
Right in the wheel. That's right in the old wheelhouse for us.
Yep. They don't make it anymore, right? Or
We still do.
they still do? Okay,
Yeah.
I haven't seen one in a grocery store aisle in a long time, so I wasn't sure. Or at a 7-Eleven or whatever. But yeah, the value box, mega box, hobby box. I think Kingdom opened a case or ordered a case, so we're gonna get a couple boxes in. I don't know if it's a case of megas or hobbies or what they are.
Uh-huh.
Price is reasonable. And yeah, there's like bubblegum themed cards or Billy Chew themed. Like as long with the artwork there, where like if he's got like the kind of midget body with the oversized head. I don't know how to explain it.
Bobblehead, I guess. I don't.
Kind of, yeah, like the old Big League Chew artwork.
Yeah.
Of course, I would say though, to be a Big League Chew set, every player has to have 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, right.
Like it's a prerequisite almost of the old bucket.
Yep. So look forward to that. That should be a fun rip. We love doing kind of off the common path kind of stuff like this. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't checked. I haven't pulled up the checklist yet, so I don't know exactly who we can expect to get autograph wise. But we'll see. Don't expect
Well,
like
it's
a
definitely
Shohei
a
Otani because they're
yeah.
so over the tops.
Yeah. Well, there. I think. I mean, just off the artwork, that's like Nick Kurtz, Paul
Yeah,
Skeens, and I forget who else is on there.
yeah. I know Skeens was in their previous sets, so he's not a surprise. I think someone said Roman Anthony's in this one too.
Oh,
Yeah, it's gonna be a bunch of young guys, mostly rookies. That's kind of how they've been doing it because they gotta get to them before Topps locks them in once they
yeah.
become big. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. We'll look forward to that. And I will let you talk about our next slide because you're the one who sent this one to
Oh.
me.
Yes. So
Today in the news.
very nerdy of this. Yeah. So as everybody knows, yesterday was a big day for space travel. Uh and for conspiracy theorists as well, because
I've already seen those
we
posts, and you're right.
we sent a mission back to the moon. And it's April Fool's Day, so they're like, haha, very funny.
Yeah.
But of course, we like our crossovers here. So, in the spirit of a little fun jab to our neighbors to the north, uh, and kind of a little throw to South Park as well. We see here a picture of the first Canadian on a lunar mission with his floppy head. And the first time I saw like the dude's patch, the Canadian flag patch on there, this is literally the image that I had
Oh.
like pop up. I was like, oh man,
So
I hope somebody does that.
this Twitter just made it a reality for you then.
Yeah. So I had to share with you, and of course, now here we are.
I can imagine like they're flying around the moon in a circle, in orbit, and they're like, "I'm not your buddy, pal."
I'm not your pal guy. I'm not your guy friend. Uh, so
Yeah,
good.
but I think they also said it's the first um, woman and first black astronaut to also be on lunar mission, or I guess first minority astronaut, if you want to call him that.
Well, he's the well, yeah, to the moon, yes, and
Yeah,
he's also the first minority pilot for I guess for a mission that's that far, that's going that distance, I guess.
hmm.
But do you know the other thing about him?
Mm-mm.
So he's from California.
Oh, we like him even more.
Yeah. Right.
But wait. What part of California?
Uh, I I think he's from Pomona.
Oh, he's okay then. Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it wasn't for like
I'm like
Benicia.
those
No, I'm just
scumbags in
kidding.
the north.
Yeah, exactly. Palo Alto, get out of here. Damn rich kids. Super exciting. Um, I will give you guys a little tidbit. I do have friends who work at JPL, or worked, I should say, former JPL employees. I've also known several. Um, there's a certain term for that, but people who study space rocks. They're geologists essentially, but not cosmic geologists. There's a name for it. Anyways,
Space geologists.
yes, in my previous lifetime working in academia, and we were talking about one time like why have we never gone back to the moon after the Apollo missions, right? And the answer was pretty blunt. They're like, well, I mean, we went there, we collected a bunch of samples, and we pretty much learned everything we needed to learn while we were there. There wasn't any surprises, you
Mhm.
know, that we don't need more moon samples because they were all kind of the same, if you want to
Right.
call them that. So there's really no reason to spend that kind of money to go back, right? We kind of did it initially just to be the first ones because we were fighting the Ruskies, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it really was. I mean, there's been a lot of like patriotic rhetoric about us going back to the moon because China put was it a rover or something on the moon already? Oh, why don't we go back and blah blah blah? And a
Hmm.
lot of scientists, were like, yeah, we kind of don't need to, so it's more of a
Yeah.
symbolic thing. It's not like we're gonna build a base on there or launch spaceships from it. I mean, we're way too soon for that, right? But there are some things they want to be able to put sensors and telescopes and stuff on the moon,
Hmm.
because once you're outside the atmosphere, you get a much clearer view, right? Which is what Hubble
Yeah.
is for and the other space telescopes we have. So I mean, there's still some research to be done, I guess. But the scientific consensus from even what I've seen online is like, yeah, I mean, I don't know that if we do go to the moon, I don't know that we're ever gonna find anything, but it is a good test bed for longer distance travel. Yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
get to the moon first before we can try to go to Mars. And unlike Elon Musk's approach to Mars travel, NASA wants it to be a two-way trip, not a one-way trip. So I think
Yeah.
I want to say I think
Yes.
Musk backed off on that. I think he's also planning to make it a two-way trip, because there
Yeah.
was many years ago both in Russia and here in the States a bunch of psychological studies done on putting people in captivity
Hmm.
to see how they would react. And generally they did a pretty good job of picking the right people that were not so confrontational and stuff like that. And it worked out kind of okay, but all the psychologists involved in the studies all kind of said the same thing. It's like, well, we really won't know the true effects of a potential one-way trip to Mars, so to speak, because these people may be participating in these studies with the understanding that they have to believe they're never coming back, right, to Earth.
Yeah.
But in reality, your subconscious, the fear is not there. You're not really
Yeah.
stranded. You know that outside that door is Earth, right?
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things they said, yeah, we probably won't really know until we actually do it. What,
Hmm.
individuals may be okay, even small groups may be okay, but a larger population being sent to a far off place with no hope of return, who knows what could happen? Maybe it's going to be like some Gundam type stuff where we have another country on Mars. You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I think part of the thing is that I mean, eventually we're gonna have to, like you said, it's not gonna happen. Maybe 10,
Tomorrow.
20 years
Yeah,
down the line.
it's going
Yeah.
to be a while. Yeah,
But we're gonna have to build that base on the moon to
or in
launch
orbit.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever,
Oh
whatever,
yeah,
whatever
that's
works
true.
better. Yeah,
It could just be orbit.
yeah.
Um to well, I think the base on the moon will be good for, like, can we do it on Mars?
I think that's
Like a
kind of
type of
what
thing?
the Artemis project is for, is to prove that
Yeah.
it's feasible
It could
and
be.
to develop because
Yeah.
the gravity is lower there too, right?
Mhm.
As it is on Mars. So it's a good test bed. Now there's a lot of other things. Well, I guess the one thing, nerd alert, science alert, that would be good for kind of testing is the fact that neither place has an atmosphere, and you're going to
Yeah.
get beaten down by radiation. So that's kind of like we've all seen Total Recall. Oh, we're
Mhm.
gonna melt the ice cap, make atmosphere. Doesn't work that way. It's
Yep.
not that easy. Mars has no magnetic field, so it cannot maintain an atmosphere. It'll just get stripped away by
Mhm.
solar wind. So that's kind of like the big gotcha in us colonizing Mars is everyone's gonna have to either live in domes like you see in sci-fi or underground.
Hmm.
because you're just gonna get wrecked by solar radiation the whole time.
Yeah.
So,
Or it'll be the Gundam model, I guess, which is like just giant colony ships
oh yeah,
with centrifugal,
yeah, little spinny
you know,
thing. Yeah,
like yeah, so that you're so that you stick to the ground,
yep,
and then
always spinning.
yeah, so that'll be very interesting, especially with certain advances that we're seeing in farming and stuff like
God, could
that.
you imagine
That
how
it,
much that would cost to build, considering how much it costs us just to build like a freeway?
I mean, it would need to be a like it's definitely gonna have to be a multinational
Oh,
thing, and
100%. Like the whole
I
world
think
has
that
to contribute, right?
yeah, and the thing that we're gonna fight over is who gets the first one.
Yeah. Well, I think
Like that's definitely.
the biggest issue, and this has kind of been a talking point for a very long time,
Mhm.
is the resources to build such a thing.
Yeah, like where are we gonna get all that metal or aluminum or whatever,
Yeah,
titanium even,
all the
like to.
materials we need. Now we have a source of the material, which is the asteroid belt, right? And there's always been this
Mhm,
fantasy of mining asteroids or, you know, attaching rockets to them and bringing them back to Earth and hopefully not hitting Earth, so
mhm,
we could, extract what we need from them. But that's way in the future. It's like that's cart before the horse kind of thing.
yeah,
We have to figure out all these logistics. Can we do it? Um, and then we got to figure out, like, where the hell do we get the materials for this?
yeah,
Because I mean,
yeah, I
these
mean,
these colony ships, like I see in Gundam, we're not talking about stuff that's like, oh, building a skyscraper. No, these ships are like, the size of like Hawaii. You know,
yeah, and like and yeah, for real,
so
and
imagine
thinking
building Hawaii
about
out of
it,
metal.
yeah, and like, what's it called? And flipping it inside,
Yeah,
right? Because it's a long cylinder that you need the land on the inside and the
yep.
cities. So, man, that's kinda crazy, and, like and not just that, like, thinking of like, I mean, we're already seeing, like, a strain on resources for computing stuff, right?
Yeah, right now.
Right, so, imagine, like, the world's governments, agencies getting together and saying, "Okay, we need all every bit of, like,
Cobalt, nickel, whatever.
lithium
Yeah,
and"
lithium,
yeah,
copper.
whatever,
You know.
yeah, in order to produce, like, just this one ship
Yeah,
and hopefully get out and find another planet with a large deposit of
yeah. Well, again, the
so,
idea that there's so many things that we have to solve before we get to that point. Like,
yeah,
we can't even leave the solar system yet, right?
yeah,
Like Voyager 1 did it, and it took 70 years.
yeah,
And there's nothing outside of our solar system for a very long distance.
oh, yeah,
So we have no idea if there's anything habitable anywhere nearby, right?
yep,
So that like I said, there's so many questions and stuff like that, which is why it makes sci-fi and science and um, space travel such an interesting topic because there's so much
yep,
unknown.
yep,
Like the distances are incomprehensible to most people.
yeah, and I mean, and we're just talking about it right now in regards to, like, sub light speed travel at this point. This is just our
Yeah,
standard way of travel
yeah,
right now. But once we figure out FTL, faster than light, for everybody out there,
hmm
I mean, that's when you can really do a big chunk of exploring because you can like skip distances in that
yeah.
in that regard.
That'll be interesting. I mean,
So
that's always going to be one of the
that's
kind
the
of
carrot.
big, yeah, like that's one of the keys. And of course, there's so many theories as to how to make it happen. Of course, there's an equal number of theories saying this is impossible mathematically,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Every time.
So that's kind of the problem. I mean, it's like um, technobabble in Star Trek. Like I remember reading an article or watching an interview with one of the engineers involved with creating Star Trek, right?
Mhm.
And how they write the technobabble to try to make it sound legitimate. And he said that in Next Generation, they actually had engineers doing repairs more than just like scanning it with a tricorder and turning a screwdriver kind of thing, right? They wanted help with
Right.
opening panels and swapping stuff out and doing this and that. And so they actually had more technical schematics of how some of the equipment works. So writers could use that. and I forget there is I don't know if it's really a theory. I think it's a mathematical equation or principle that essentially makes transporters impossible, right? You cannot decompose matter and recompose it exactly the same every time.
Wow.
It's a principle or something. And let's just call it like, the X principle. And what's funny is, Star Trek being kind of tongue in cheek with it. Um, they actually showed a clip of the episode. It's from the Next Generation. LaForge is taking a transporter apart, and he goes, "Yes, there's a there's a problem with the X compensator." So that's how they got away with it, and explaining it in the
Mm.
Next Generation. We can't think of a way around this, right? We can't techno babble our way around. We're just gonna say, we have these magic boxes that compensate for known theories that we have now that explain why these
Oh,
things
okay,
are
okay,
not
okay, yeah,
possible.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's pretty funny, but anyways, we're spinning off
Yeah, we're starting
space here.
to.
Yeah, we're exploring the vast galaxy or vast reaches of nothingness. So let's
Yes.
let's let's get back to Earth and some baseball. Quick update on the standings as of like 45 minutes ago. For our two favorite
Nice.
teams, the Angels and the Dodgers, both started off. Wait, Angels 3-0? No, they were 2-1. That's right. They
Two and
almost swept
one.
the Astros.
Yeah.
They won one more game, and that was about it. So it's been a little rough of a start, but that's kind of what we expect from the Angels. Dodgers
Hmm.
went off 3-0, and then lost 2-3 to the Guardians. Still in first place, but only by a game now. Meanwhile, the rest of the division managed to win a game or two, which is nice because initially I think they were, except for the Padres, I think no one had won a game. They were like all in three
Yeah.
the first week, the first couple of days. Like, ouch! So much for the best division of baseball. Um, AL West is it's so early to call, but it's interesting at the current standings. The Astros are back on top, followed by the Rangers. The Angels and the Mariners are kind of sitting in fourth place. But again, it's barely the first week. So we'll see.
Yep.
It's just an interesting observation. So while we're sticking about the Dodgers and things that happened last week, which was the ring ceremony,
Hmm.
shall we talk about the ring and how just ridiculous it is?
Let's. I mean, I mean, if you, I don't know, man. Like
So much like space travel, World Series rings are like this never-ending war of scaling, right?
one-upsmanship, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and so like the Rangers World Series, like the first one was like a two-piece ring, like the top popped off, and there's a little Ranger Stadium inside. That was super cool. Next year,
Hmm.
Dodgers won. There's like, oh, we're gonna do that too, but we're gonna put diamonds inside, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna put ours in a box with a movie. The ring spins. This is
Yeah.
from Freddie Freeman's Instagram, by the way. Um, and then this year's ring, they called up our friend Exhibit from Pimp My Ride. Yo, I look for the West Series rings. How about a World Series ring inside your World Series ring?
Right.
Which brings us to this. Just so ridiculous.
Teeny,
I love
teeny.
it. So
Yeah.
ridiculous. I love it. So yes, there is. Let me pull up ye olde laser pointer. This ring sits inside the big ring with little cap.
Mhm.
So you have one to wear and one to, I guess, keep in your safe. You know.
Yeah. So you don't have to wear that monstrosity of a
Yeah, I mean they
ring,
get bigger
basically.
every
Is what it
year,
is. Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, this thing is a monster. Let's get some closer looks courtesy of Jostens. That's right. The Class Ring Company also makes World Series rings.
Yep. Well, almost all
Every championship
championship
ring,
rings,
right?
I think,
Yeah.
goes through Charleston's. Yeah.
That
Well,
thing
at
is
least American
huge.
championship.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Good lord, that's a lot of diamonds. So much ice.
Yeah. It's really. It's. I mean, I think it's. Well, first off, I think it's gaudy as fuck.
Mhm.
So.
Right? I do always love
And
like the weird symbolism they put in every ring. So, see in the first picture here, the iconic LA logo hosts 17 custom cut sapphires representing each game of their postseason journey. That's way over the
yeah.
top. That's completely unnecessary, but I love it. You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
they didn't have to do that way, or maybe it just, you know, having formerly been a graphic designer myself, I can tell you sometimes you make those things and you figure out a way to make them make sense.
Hmm.
Like, oh, it took 17 sapphires to make this. Is there number 17 related to this? You know, well, it's Otani's number. You know,
Yeah. Well, I like how on this one it was different in the. Well, obviously they made the biggest diamond on here, the ball. That's part of the logo
Well, I
for
like that it's
LA.
the Dodgers logo. The
Yeah,
traditional like ball flying past the LA, not just LA.
yeah. Well, yeah. Last year's was just the LA logo
I feel the diamonds. Yeah,
with the sapphires. Is it blue sapphires or is it
yeah,
actual?
yeah,
So yeah, but and then last year's had it had 8 smaller than the ball
yeah.
diamonds on the side representing
Each
each
World
one of the 8
Series.
championships.
Yep.
Yeah. So this one obviously they did a little bit. I mean, it looks very similar,
Yeah.
but it is different in its own right.
I
So
I do like how
that's
the
really cool.
the flying baseball logo bleeds over the bottom here.
Yeah.
That's kind of a neat touch. So it actually is raised. It's hard to tell, but it is raised above
Mhm.
the a field of diamonds.
Yeah.
Which
The
is
the
it's like I
field
never
of
thought I'd say it in my
diamonds.
life. You can see it better in this picture here, where they zoom in from the side a little more. Yeah, so you can see it's kind of raised here, and it kind of overlaps.
Mhm.
It says here, a singular immaculate diamond symbolizes a Dodger spot as the #1 team in baseball. They didn't say how many carats that monster is. I assume it's a lot.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be it's a bunch.
Good lord. Like, it must be so hard to take a picture of this thing. It's
Right.
so shiny.
Shiny everywhere. Why?
Right? And going to one of the sides here. So this is kind of neat. The dates, just like the old ring where they had the 8 jewels, they have the dates for all the different World Series
Yeah.
across the rim here. And of course, the back to back with the dual trophies with more diamonds. Because why not? You could just have the trophy, but no. There has to be a diamond inside each trophy.
Yeah. That's actually that's the part I like, I think the most on this year's.
Yeah. The back
Like
to back
last year's
part
I
of it.
think. Yeah, well the this design specifically cuz last year's ring had like the Dodgers logo and palm trees on it
Yeah.
on this side.
Hmm.
So the fact that they're recognizing, I mean, obviously you're going to put something like that a back to back on there,
Yeah, you have to
right?
put it
Cuz
somewhere. Yeah.
yeah. So, but I think I just think it looks cool. Like
Yeah. Then we'll check the name side, and of course, because he's MVP, they're using Yamamoto's ring. Set to Los Angeles here, Yamamoto. More blue sapphires, a lot more diamonds with his number. I like the
yeah.
inset. It's kind of nice. They didn't. It could have just been kind of flat with the number outlined.
Hmm.
I think being inset like this looks a little better. Probably saves him a couple ounces of gold too.
Right.
I did like was this little detail here where the LA, you can kind of see it. It's ribbed just like the signage at Dodger Stadium.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
The kind of corrugation on there, and you kind of see how much the LA and everything the Dodger logo pokes out
Oh
the
yeah,
top here.
it pokes out at the top. Yeah. Yeah, I like how on this year the base of the like the cap, I guess, of the ring,
Mhm.
like the top part is the all the years of the
Oh yeah,
championships.
this
Like
yeah.
that's yeah, the ring of
Look at that
championships.
gap there, 88 to 2020. Yep, we know all about this gap.
Yep.
But of course, they always got to include this now. This is also a thing we've seen on more recent rings, probably the last 10 years or
Hmm.
so. They have like the record on the inside. Playoff series results, opponents, the date. It says the playoff series results, opponents, and the date of Game 7, along with a tribute to the number of fans who filled Dodger Stadium throughout the season, are etched into the ring. So yeah, of course we have 2-0 in the wildcard game, 3-1 over Philadelphia, swept the Brewers, and then 4-3 over Toronto. There's the date, and this is the 4,012,470 fans, setting an MLB record who came to Dodger Stadium last year. Now,
We did that.
it's not 4 million, individual fans because I think we went to like 4 games ourselves. So,
Yeah. That's still pretty cool though. I don't think they did anything like that last year. I know they did the series wins,
yeah, they
like the
did they
win
did
loss
the
record.
record, but they did not do the fan count.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Now let's look at the guts of this thing when you pop the top off this guy.
Yeah. Oh,
This is
the
where it,
the
this is
other
where it
thing they
gets
didn't
silly. This is where it starts to
Yeah,
get
the
silly.
other thing they didn't do was the date, so that's new for
Yeah,
this one. This was really cool. When you showed me this, I was like, "Oh,
yeah.
damn, that's pretty fucking
So
that's
beneath the
awesome."
ring top, a glass window protects genuine dirt gathered from the home plate after Game 7 of the World Series. Now, I wonder if this is just because, they sell bottles of game dirt. So, like, oh, can we get some of those? You know,
Hmm.
we have an idea. Or if they were like, you know what, we're going to do this from the beginning. But it
Yeah,
is
I'm
pretty
right.
cool. I mean, it's so random. Like, your ring has dirt in it.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's on my bookshelf. I have dirt from the 2020 World
Oh, you
Series.
do? Oh.
Yeah, my brother gave me. It's like a pen
Oh, okay, yeah. I think
that
I
they
remember seeing
sell.
some of those. That's cool.
Hmm.
And you kind of see a little bit of a close up of the inner ring, the everyday ring, if you want to call it that. And you can see there's the trophies with the years on there too,
Yeah, that's cool.
which is
I've
kind of
I've
neat.
always been, yeah, I've always been more of a white gold guy than than an old school yellow gold.
Ah, gold.
So the inner, yeah, gold. Another, which I mean, not to go back to our previous topic of conversation, but gold is not a naturally occurring element here on Earth. So it's from outer space. Ah,
Everything is really technically we're in outer space.
ah, we belong to space. Are we the dust?
We are technically.
No, damn
shout
you, Blue Oyster Cult! You were right this whole time.
shout out to Ziggy Stardust. You guys like
But
who?
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
we're this old.
I do, I do like that. This year's ring, I think, is I think last year it was a hinge, right?
Yeah, because it flipped open. Now the Rangers
Hmm.
one was like this one where it unscrewed open, or like it kind of you turn it and it pops open. And then the
Yeah,
Dodgers one was the hinge, and this one's kind of also the pop off top because it has the ring inside, which we'll see a little closer look at that mechanism in this next slide here. So you can see how kind of the top kind of sits in here and locks in.
yeah,
And then here's a little look at the ring. It's got the bespoke band ring with an engraving of the player's unique signature is included and and fits seamlessly into the ring top's interior. You kind of see the cutout here. So that's pretty cool.
yeah. Hmm.
That's actually pretty awesome. And actually,
That's
one thing I
super
just let me
cool.
go back. One thing I just noticed. Let me go back
Uh
to the
huh.
slide. I want to see something that actually shows it. Oh, it does. So you see these little divots here?
Oh, uh huh.
Yeah. So if you look at this guy, those are
That's
the
got little.
detents. Yeah. So there's little detents in gold here. See, 1, 2.
Oh, okay.
So I
So
don't know if
once
you.
it locks in, it
Yeah.
also like sits on top of those, so that
Yeah.
it doesn't
So it kind
move.
of locks in that way to keep it from just like randomly unscrewing.
That's sick. That
Yeah.
is
Nice little
awesome.
touch. For as much as they probably spent on those rings, they better have done something like that. Not to go back and look at the Rangers ring to see if they did that too. They may have. But yes, it's a ring inside of a ring with dirt, a million diamonds, a lot of gold, just way over the top. I love it. It's so ridiculous. Now maybe if we win the lotto many many moons from now, we can buy one from like a staff ring or something.
Uh-huh.
Because we're never going to be able to buy an actual like Yamamoto ring. I'm sure. You know,
Right, right.
like Kershaw's going to be buried with his. I'm pretty sure. So
But which one?
all of them. All right, guys, time to go grave robbing. No, no.
Parker.
Speaking of Kershaw, let's move off our ring discussion. And Kershaw was officially been brought on as a Dodgers special assistant. They've done this before. Chase Utley, I think, was also special assistant. I forget who else they did. I think Howie Kendrick might have been for a little while. It's not really
Yeah.
a rigid, structured position. It's more like, hey, we want to keep you around, you know.
Hmm.
So, will he be at the games? Maybe, but I'm sure he's also really looking forward to dad time, which he said many times.
Yep.
So don't expect to see him at every Dodger game. I know he's going to be doing some of the um, NBC broadcasts. I don't know how many. They just said they're bringing him on. So I'm sure he'll probably do like Rangers games or Astros games, so he's close to home. Well, especially
Yeah.
the Rangers, because that's his home team growing up, right?
Hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see what this turns out to be, or if anything, it could just be we're keeping him on the payroll just because we like him. So we could say Clayton Kershaw's on our staff or something. Who knows? But nice gesture either way. I'm sure they're not paying him millions and millions and millions of dollars because he doesn't need the money, and that's like nothing to them, right? So
Yeah.
moving on. Also this week was I guess kind of infamous now, the Yoshi
Bobblehead.
Bobblehead. Yeah.
Yeah.
So reason I brought this up was first of all it's a cool ass bobblehead. And I think Mario Galaxy came out today or yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah, it came out the day after the game, right? They did
Hmm.
have Yoshi, the like mascot character, on the mound with Yoshi the pitcher, and uh, Danny Glover. Is that it? No. What's his son's name? Oh God, why am I brain farting on this? He's the voice of Yoshi in the
Uh, yeah.
movie.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover. God, I don't get. Sorry, Donald. It's also kind of funny that they were doing they did a video like the whole Spider-Man pointing at each other thing. There's three of them.
Hmm. Yeah, that was hilarious, dude. I was like, what the fuck?
But the one thing I wanted to show is not only was he signing them for his teammates there, who they all got one. I wanted to point out that some people are like, well, why is the paint and the texture look so bad, right? I'm like, well, that's pretty typical for bobbleheads if you've never gotten one before.
Hmm.
They're essentially made of resin or clay, traditionally clay. So they all have a rough finish, and that's just normal. Every bobblehead we have has that same kind of texture and finish. So don't be too off put by that. That's just normal.
Yeah. So really quick,
Mhm.
Donald Glover, no relation to Danny Glover.
Yeah.
So I know I had that. I was like, oh, is this Danny Glover's kid?
No, no,
Like,
no. Yeah.
in case you guys know, yeah,
I looked it up a
in
long
case you
time ago
guys
too. I
didn't.
was like, oh, is that his son or nephew or nope?
Yeah.
I
But
mean, they don't have the same
yeah.
hairline, so.
Also a California kid. He was born in what's it called? Uh, what's that? Air Force Edwards. He was born at
Oh,
Edwards.
oh, I actually know that. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But yeah, go back to the. So he's the voice of Yoshi in the
Yeah,
movie, and then so that's why they were doing the meme.
yeah.
Which was at first I was like, why is, because I thought he was the voice of Toad, but he's not the
Oh,
voice of Toad.
oh,
I forget who's doing that voice, but I was like, what?
that's funny. I have to actually watch the movie now because I wonder if his entire voice acting in the movie is just Yoshi.
I've actually seen like some of it, and no, it's like,
He does talk.
yeah, there's like actual words that he says.
Oh, that's kind of weird. I don't know how to feel about
Yeah,
that.
and the funny part is Toad is what's his name? Keegan Michael K.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, well,
that
Of
that
Key and
that
Peele.
that's somehow so fitting though.
Right?
Like now that I'm thinking about it, I was like, that's perfect.
It's the perfect casting.
Right?
But yeah, apparently this.
So wait, was Peel Belzer then? Because that'd be amazing.
Oh no, I
Oh,
don't know. Is he? I don't
we'll
know
have
if
to, we'll have
he's
to look
in
into
this
this
movie.
and bring it up again next week. We'll have to do like the full cast
Yeah,
listing and rate the voice actor choices. Because so far they've been 1,000 with me. So
but from what I've heard, it's what's it called? It's a really good movie because of all the cameos from the different characters. So kind of like the first one,
oh, okay,
but more
yeah,
so, now on this one.
yeah, okay. I mean, it looks like fun, just like the Sonic movies are just fun. There's
Hmm.
nothing, there's no deep meaning to them.
Yeah.
I like how the Sonic movie went from being a meme, potentially being terrible, to being an amazing movie because they just kind of gave up. Like, you know what? We're not going to make this a serious movie. Okay, let's see. What do we have up next on docket here? What's our next topic here? Oh, yes, the shrieking baseball players.
Yeah. So
and
we
not
did. We had
and not
mentioned
just
this
and not just
before.
because it rained
Yeah.
on a lot of games this last week.
The pool.
Right? I mean, so this is like the worst kept secret in baseball. We all know they lie about their height.
Hmm.
A lot of them are out there. It's like, there's no way this guy's like 6'5" or whatever. There's it's not a unknown thing, right? Or a well kept
Yeah.
secret. But because of the ABS system having to remeasure everybody to be accurate, and it's down to I believe a millimeter or less, they measure the heights, you know, nipples to the knees kind of thing to make sure they get all the
Hmm.
accurate measurements. Um, these guys can't just put whatever height they feel they think they are.
Yeah.
So a lot of players were shrunk.
Yeah. Well, I wonder how many players they like. I want to know the what's it called, like the percentage of self-reported height versus physical.
Well, it's all self-reported height, really, right? Or for the most part, because they can kind of jot down what they want. That's why they've kind of gone with, like, I forget what player was the interview said. Yeah, everyone, it seems normal that everyone just adds like an inch or two, which is really funny to hear some say. It's like that 5 inches bigger than you think meme, right?
Right. Like, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Or the memes where like it's the girl saying, "Oh, that's pretty big," and the guy's like, "Yes."
Someone else has said like, it's because they're not measuring players by the base anymore.
Yeah, the base starts at the center of the universe or
Yeah.
something. I think that's one of the comments was.
Okay.
Uh, so it would still be interesting to see because it does say that some of the heights were sourced from their physicals. So like if the doctor's adding a couple like an inch, like thank you doc.
Yeah.
Uh,
Not
you
rubbers,
guys can't see
actual
my face,
dogs.
but I'm doing the pointy fingers duck face towards the doctor. I got you, doc. But yeah, it's still crazy. That's like,
Now
I
there
mean, come on.
is there is a list I found that I'll have to find it again. Maybe we'll talk about it next week of like how many players have their heights adjusted, and it's more than a few. It's quite a bit.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no,
Yeah.
no. I mean, come on. It's like 95% of the league
Yeah.
that's this effect.
So let's go on the
Uh
next slide because we have to bring up, of course, the largest height difference they said that was recorded was about 3 inches. And there were several players who got nailed for being 3 inches shorter than they listed that they were. But of course, we had to pick on this guy because he's one of our favorite Mimi players ever, right?
he's our dude. Yeah, of course. Of course.
Our friend Doug Legend Gavin Lux shrunk by a whole 3 inches.
Yep.
You went from
He's
6'2"
been
to
getting shorter
5'11".
every year since he's left the Dodgers. He's gotten
Yep,
shorter.
exactly. Gotta love it. The funny thing is he's lanky, so being 6'2" was not unreasonable, right?
Yeah,
You see him
for
playing, it's like,
sure.
oh, okay, well, he's got long legs, so it could be. But, of course, Dodgers being Dodgers or old Dodgers, once you're a Dodger, always a Dodger. He did get called out by another former Dodger.
Hmm.
Justin Turner, who famously actually is 5'10", looks to be all the same height as Gavin Lux in this picture. Interesting, huh?
Yeah. It actually looks like maybe Gavin's. Well, it said Gavin was 5'11", right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it looks like it's an inch difference.
yeah.
Like on that one, like so it's
I love the
accurate.
leave
Yeah.
me alone. Now, there is
uh,
one notable exception to player shrinking.
the opposite.
One guy grew an inch. And of
This
course,
is
it was
ridiculous,
Otani,
man.
right?
How's this guy always winning?
Yeah, right? He went from 6'3" to 6'4".
This man never loses. Bullshit.
Well, his hair also got
Uh,
longer, or
oh, I
shorter.
know.
So he lost some
I just
hair,
noticed
he
that.
gained height. So,
No, he gained hair
Oh, that's right. He gained hair and height. There it is.
and height. Yeah,
the other
bastard.
the other side was reversed, so that's why.
Hmm.
Well, there you go. See, Otani, honest to a fault. So while we're on the topic of baseball foibles,
Mm.
let's go up to one that was really funny this last week, our first week of baseball here, and this is a multi-parter.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous, dude. That game was so fucking bad. I watched the highlights and I was like, "There's no way they're gonna like." Yep, they did it. They really put the screws to old CB
Yep.
there in Cincinnati. Man, poor guy.
So this one was like, I mean, even if you watch it in real time, you're like, yeah, dude, he was safe by a mile. Like he touched the
Yeah.
plate. I don't know what he was looking at. You know?
Well, yeah. There's actually a close up from the other side. He's not even looking at the foot.
No, you can see
He's
right
like
here.
looking at the pitcher or
He's
something.
looking. Yeah, he's looking this way, right?
Yeah.
So, well, he's trying because they're trying to hear the ball snap into the glove, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know why he just assumed the guy didn't touch the plate or the bag. That just makes no
Yeah.
sense to me. But that wasn't the only thing he screwed up. Because
Oh no.
after that came Adventures in ABS.
Mhm. Well,
Back
this was
to
before.
back, or was it before? Yeah, he back to back
Yeah.
challenge uh, Buckner's strike call, and both times they were balls.
Yeah. And that wasn't even like the like that was just the craziest one of the I think that was like an 11 pitch at bat or
And I
something.
think there was one today where the
I
ball
don't
like
know.
almost hit the plate,
Oh my
and they called it a
god.
strike and had the ABS challenge it. It was like ridiculous.
That's
Like
ridiculous.
the ABS screen came up and the ball was like here, like in the middle.
Mhm. That's bad. That's
The
so
headline I saw was
bad.
like an ABS call so bad it broke the ABS system or something like that. I was
Oh
like,
my
what the hell?
god. Yeah.
I mean,
But
people are
yeah.
quickly becoming fans of ABS now, though. If they're going to keep making these really egregious calls, you know, at least they can get corrected now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, oh man. I think what we're gonna see is there's gonna be teams. I mean, I think the teams are gonna be telling the players like, unless it's a super egregious
Yeah,
and you know that it wasn't in the zone, don't call for the challenge because we don't want to lose
yeah.
the two challenges.
I've
Right? That
also
was a big thing
seen
from that game.
like some of the games where like at the end of the
With
game they'll
Bucknors.
just challenge
Mhm.
anyways, just because they have two to use,
Yeah.
and it's
It's not
part
like
of the
you.
well, it's part of the things where like they want to learn, right? It's like an experiment. They're
Mhm.
still learning the system, it kind of helps you figure out how the ABS is sighting the strike zone, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a
Like
league
so.
thing because I know the league said that during spring training, like go ahead and challenge as much as you want because we want
Yeah.
to see how this works out. But also in for the different teams learning, which players should be allowed to challenge, which ones should not. Like Andy Pajes will never be allowed to challenge.
Yeah.
Otani might not
Well,
either. You know.
yeah. I think there's a oh, man like it's cool to see, but I wonder what the tweak is going to be at the All-Star game or maybe even before,
Yeah.
because like unlimited like not losing your challenges is there's a potential there for extending the games if both teams have really good challenges uh during the game and they don't lose those challenges,
Yeah. But the
because that
ABS
like that'll
honestly
be
is so
crazy.
short. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Mhm.
And I think the potential of losing them keeps you from doing that because we've seen a lot of teams so far this week of baseball that they won't challenge early
Yeah.
because like you're you strike out on a 3-2 with two men on base and two outs. You don't challenge that one. You're like, okay, whatever. It's like the second inning.
Yeah.
It's not crunch time yet. But if that happens in the seventh, or you're down by a run, you're 100% going to try to challenge that pitch.
Yeah.
Right. This
But
was a meatball that you missed.
yeah. But I mean that's kind of like the like one of those things where like that was part of baseball, was like learning the ump,
Yeah,
right? How big is his zone? What are we like? Now the problem was that this guy's freaking zone could change from inning to inning, and that's
yeah.
what that
That
was the big issue,
that's
right?
what
It
a
was
lot of
like keep
pitchers
it
will
consistent.
tell you that. Yeah, it's not that the zones are different that bother you. It's the inconsistency.
Hmm.
Like that's why you look at umpire scorecards, and that's one of the ratings is zone consistency. If they're calling, low inside, but they call it to everybody, then it's fine because every pitcher's getting that low inside on let's say on a right-handed
Yeah,
batter, for example, right? But if you get it one batter and the next batter you don't, or vice versa, like all of a sudden he starts calling low outside, like it throws you off, right?
yeah. It's a hell
So
of a thing to train your umps like in game, and then well, okay. So like the other thing that I kind of want to see them get rid of, and people will probably fight me about this, but whatever. It's like don't put them on blast on the freaking screen, man. Like, because they show it on the jumbotron.
yeah, well, I mean, honestly, I think they
It's
have
like,
to
uh,
because they can't just have the umpire say what it is without proof.
well, I think they have monitors like
No,
like
they don't have monitors on the field because the idea is to make it fast, right? So it's not like football where they have a guy running around with a surface.
no,
They're
but I'm saying is if the idea is to show the teams that he got it wrong, right? Call the ABS and then have the teams mandatorily like build a screen into like some part of the dugout where the manager's going to be at, so they could see that it's what it was called, and then you could show up the people at home, but there's no like I get the need to show it to everybody in the stadium, but it's kind of like
well,
I
for
don't
me,
know.
it's not just the
That's
fans; it's also the batter and the catcher. Like I'm not going to make these guys run back to the dugout to see the results and then run back out.
the result is what you get called out on, and New York can tell I mean, they already have an earpiece.
No, but again, the reason they show it for me is because there's no you can't say the umpire is calling whatever he wants, regardless of what New York said, right? It's plain as day on the jumbotron.
I don't know. I don't think it would have. I think there would have been a strike back in the day with the umpire union over stuff like that. Like I'm glad it's like I'm happy that they're doing this to make the zone more consistent. Like I think that's what needs to be done at this point because of
Mhm.
just how everywhere it is. Like it's not even a square in some of the umps
Yeah,
like eyes. It's kind of a like
it's like an amoeba.
it's like a weird blob. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Or like some umpires, like the whole like top quarter of the zone's missing. You
Yeah.
So
Which
I'm
will
kind of in
cause.
agreement. I think it's generally a good thing,
Mhm.
because we want quote unquote fairness and accuracy in baseball, like the current challenge system before ABS, right? Is
Yeah.
an opportunity to overturn calls. Now, has it gone too far? Sure, because now we're getting ticky tack with it, right?
Yeah.
Was his tag, or did he come off the bag for like a split second? Now that's one rule I like to see change is to bring back the neighborhood play for second baseman or
Mhm.
shortstops. If you're around the bag, you're gonna tap the bag anyways, just for safety's sake.
Yeah.
I have no problem with them saying, you know what, neighborhood play is fine. The guy doesn't have to be exactly on the bag, as long as his foot's near the bag, close enough that he's trying to make an attempt to tag the bag. Now, if he's like standing 5 feet away and throws the ball, that doesn't count, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's where it got, like, egregious with the
Yeah,
fucking neighborhood plays,
Jeter.
like, this dude is still 2 feet away,
Yeah,
and the runner is, like, safe by a good bit,
yeah,
and they call him out
yeah,
because of the neighborhood, and it's like,
yeah.
"What?" So, yeah,
So
I mean, I would be okay with if any part of your body is above the bag,
yeah,
especially, like, especially at second,
yeah,
then that would be okay for the neighborhood play to be called. But if you're, if you're still like you're on the grass of the outfield,
yeah. We've seen that before in the past.
yeah, you're
Again,
like, what the hell,
you're like another zip code. It's like neighborhood play. Like what? No, he's not in the same neighborhood. He's not in the wrong same city.
right? Like,
So that
He's in
and
Timbuktu.
I just at the same time, like I said, I agree with ABS being a thing and challenges being a thing.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that because of fairness and everything else, and it gives people less reason to be mad about stuff, right?
yeah,
Or to think the umps are
I,
screwing them and blah blah blah. But at the same time, I'm still always going to say your game should not have come down to a single play.
yeah, 100%.
You should have just played better, right?
Yeah, like it. So for example, like I was saying, this at bat from Suarez, I think was like an 11 pitch at bat,
Yeah.
and and I think they ended up losing this game,
Hmm.
but specifically, I think the bases were loaded for this at bat,
Oh,
and he grounded out basically.
yeah.
So it amounted to nothing,
Yeah.
which like that's the thing with the ABS systems is it could save your season if we're looking at this in August or September,
Hmm.
and it's a bad call, or if you happen to get like a really good blue pit or something that's going to score 2 runs and you guys go
Hmm.
up and it's like the bottom of the eighth or the bottom of the ninth, and you win it on a challenge.
Yeah.
Like that was the other thing too. Is like, did you see that a game ended on an ABS challenge?
Yeah.
I think it was yesterday. I was like, what the fuck?
Didn't take long for that to happen. I knew it was going to happen eventually.
Yeah. So,
But
but
again, like it is what it is, right? Like you're making the calls fair. You're giving it a
mhm.
second shot to make sure the calls are accurate. Now, if you're gonna bitch and moan about losing on a single call, your team should have played better.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
should have scored more,
100%.
or you should have got more outs, or whatever, right? That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Like I never get very upset about losing a game on a single play.
Yeah.
One blown call, check swing, whatever you want to call it, because it should never have gotten to that point if your team was good enough.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because that's what made Game 7 of the World Series last year one of the craziest games ever because essentially it came down to one play like 8 times.
Yep. For sure. That was fucking nuts.
What a wild game! Yeah.
Again. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh god, we're gonna lose. Oh my god, they go.
It did it.
So many
Holy
times
shit.
Toronto was like about to walk that crap off, and they just couldn't do it. Just and Game
Yeah.
Six, too, I mean, a lot of games in the series were like that. It was so wild.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. So, it's going to be something that we're probably going to debate the entire year until they get it completely ironed out in CBA. So,
I mean, it's probably gonna stick around.
uh,
I don't foresee it going away.
no, I'm sure it'll stick. I mean, 100% it's going to stick around. Like they're not going to go back from this. It's what's fair, I guess.
Yeah.
Basically,
Hmm.
it's for the good of the game.
Yeah.
So, like sucks to be you, umps, but this is just you're gonna have to live it and freaking eat your
Honestly,
bad calls.
I'm one of those guys too, where it's like, do I feel bad for umps a little bit? But at the same time, the fact that we know who the umps are is a bad sign.
Oh yeah, the bad ones,
Yeah.
100%.
The only umps we know are the bad
Yeah,
ones,
yeah,
you know, or the weird ones like Joe West, who's both bad and charismatic
and
in
yeah,
a weird way, not necessarily a good way,
yeah,
but
yeah.
CB
But did you see he was
Buckner, Angel Hernandez. I mean, we know all these umpires not for good reason, you know.
there's definitely a list of
Madison
bads
Rios,
that
yeah.
yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Yeah. Oh, did you see that Joe West was on foul territory?
Oh,
I think it
was
was
he?
today.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was talking about it. He's like they're like, what if this system had been around when you were around? He's like, well, it wasn't. So
Yeah. Very Joe West answer.
yeah. He's like, so I'd rather be playing golf all day than than answering questions about the ABS system.
I mean, that's the kind of response he gave back in the days too about blowing calls.
Hmm.
Or what if you called that strike? He's like, well, I didn't. He's famous for that kind of response.
Yeah,
I do
yeah,
give him credit for as much of a crotchety old guy he became. At least he owned it, right? He was like, that was my call.
yeah.
He didn't apologize for it. That was what I saw, and that's what I called. You know, so
Hmm.
that's the kind of umpire that I have a little bit more respect for than guys like Angel, who would just like get there and just start arguing with everybody All you gotta do is say,
Yeah.
I called it. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, it's right. Done. Right? Don't
Yep.
care. So, anyways, enough about blind zebras. Let's go on to some more wacky news. Also, final shot of CB Buckner. He did get hit in the face like 2 games after, so you can't blame the concussion on this. This happened before the concussion.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can't blame it on a concussion.
Yep.
This is normal operating procedure.
So, wacky news today: the Pirates signed Connor Griffin, who hasn't even played in the bigs yet, a 9-year, $140 million contract. That's a pretty big extension for a rookie, or who's not a rookie. I don't know how you would define him. And of course, the jokes are flying, right? Like, what was it?
Yeah.
Did Bob Nutting
That's
get
fucking
visited by
nuts.
3 ghosts last night? Uh, or some other ones I saw. There's a couple gems out there. Let me see. What was the other one I saw? Was he kidnapped by one of the pierogies, which is the guys who run around the scene? Like, they had pierogi race there.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's hilarious.
But this kind of falls. I think we said this maybe one of our first or second live chats. The
Mhm.
A's also made a bunch of signings the offseason, presumably because they know the new CBA is coming,
Yeah.
that they're preparing for the possibility of a floor. Now, who this sucks for is not Pirates fans, because obviously they're very hyped up for Connor Griffin.
Mhm.
It sucks for Paul Skeens, because he's like, hey, where's my money? Like, you could have extended me all this time, you know.
Yeah.
So if you're locking up 140 million, which is I think the biggest contract they signed in I forget how many years.
Mhm.
Um, what's gonna happen with Skeens, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think the major problem, like, would he be eligible for arbitration since he's been in the league for 2 years?
Skeens,
Like, if
yes.
they offered him, like a shit contract, like, I'm
Well,
sorry, like,
yeah, no,
they
because
if they offered him
it's
140 million,
he's in the
he'd
same
be like,
situation
no.
as Tarek Skubal was.
Yeah.
So in a couple of years, we're gonna see Skeens kind of sitting in that same location. Now, Skeens has to be I won't say careful, but he has to make sure he stays healthy.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
And honestly, like if there's a lockout next year, that would actually help him a lot because he would have a year of not pitching, right?
Yeah.
To push him closer to the end of his rookie contract. But that's the thing with pitchers, which kind of sucks. It's like that 6-year league time that you got to deal with. That's a long time as a pitcher, especially as a starter. That's a lot of wear and tear
Hmm.
in 6 seasons, especially if you're young and you're hot like Skeens. They're going to pitch you every damn chance they get, and they're going to run you into the ground. Now, is it kind of sketchy? Sure. I mean, Lasorda famously did that to every pitcher you ever saw, right?
Yeah.
Because he's like, "What? If I can throw 180 pitches in a game, you can too."
Jesus. Jesus, Tommy, stop it.
It's like, Tommy, you never, you were taken out. Like you were in the bigs for like 1 game. So actually, did he ever pitch the bigs? I don't think he did. Um,
I'm not sure. I'll
but the
double check.
180 whatever pitches was from an extra innings game that he stayed the whole time. I think in the minor leagues. Anyways, um, yeah, I mean, it just sucks for pitchers because their arms are so volatile, which is why you don't see pitchers get the monstrous contracts you'll see like Otani. Well, Otani is also a pitcher, but it's because he hits, right? Juan Soto,
Mhm.
Bryce Harper, etc. Yamamoto being the biggest pitcher contract ever at around 30 million AAV. It
Mhm.
seems cheap when you consider how dominating a pitcher can be, but you're hedging that against injury risk. So $30 million is a king's
Yeah,
ransom for a pitcher, right? So
for
especially
sure.
especially was it 12 years he got? Something crazy like that. I don't think he pitches all 12 years.
Oh, Yamamoto?
Yeah.
No, I think it was 10, wasn't it?
Was it 10? I thought it was 12. Well,
Yeah.
it's whatever it is. I'm like, I don't think he's going to make it to the end of that contract. Just
And I think this is his opt-out year.
he's got multiple opt out years.
Yeah, like 3, 6, and
Yeah.
8, I think. I forget, but
Yeah.
yeah.
If he wins another World Series MVP this year, I think he ups out.
Maybe, maybe. Well, you know what? That's the thing too. It's gonna depend on the CBA. If there's a
Yeah.
strike next year, like, who's gonna pay him on a strike? Like,
Yeah.
that'll count towards his service years. Like,
Hmm. Well, also too,
it,
from his perspective, I mean, 30 mil plus a year for 10 years. Well,
mhm.
it's actually 30 to 50 million was his contract, or 325. That's a lot of money, dude. That's amazing amount of money. And I know he likes to flash fancy watches and stuff, but I don't know that even he can spend that much money.
Yeah.
Especially the current exchange rate with the yen. Holy crap! Like you thought him and Otani were making a lot of money before. They're making a lot of even more money now with it being like 160 yen to the dollar.
Mhm.
But we'll see because he's got opt outs. Who else has opt outs this coming year? There's a couple guys on the Dodgers. I'm trying to remember who they all were. But I don't know. I have this weird feeling he's not going to opt out though, even if they do something crazy this offseason. Because I don't know that he's going to get like he'll be on his third year of a 10 year. I don't think he's going to get a 7 year contract.
Who, Yams?
Yeah,
Yeah, I doubt he would.
he might get higher
I think,
AAV before shorter contract.
yeah, maybe like 4 year, six,
I think a
maybe
5.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for starters, it's so volatile because you don't, with exception of like Scherzer, Kershaw, and like Verlander, a couple guys who are just Ironmen, you don't expect starters to age gracefully. So that's why I don't really foresee him opting out. It would be crazy if he did though, and I would be curious to see if the Dodgers would you know take him to 40 mil a year for 5 years. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what they end up doing for him if he did opt out.
Yeah.
Part of it though is I don't know if he'd want to if they somehow three-peat again because you're like yeah I kind of want to stay on the team with Otani and Freddie and Mookie and everyone else right.
Yeah.
Like why risk leaving at this point?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Yamamoto doesn't have an opt out this year.
Oh he doesn't. Oh
No, it's his opt out will be in 2029 and then
oh so ways out.
2031.
Oh okay so way out. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder why his
So
opt-outs are the back end
Tucker
of his career. That's interesting.
probably just to guarantee that he'll probably pay or whatever or
Yeah, it's
play. You know.
it's probably a clause in there, to make it more to make it to sweeten the deal for the Dodgers, right? To sign that much money.
Yeah. So the only notable player with an opt out right now that I can see is Tucker has one in 27.
Yeah, I know he's a 4 year with a 2 year opt out. I remember that.
Yeah. Uh,
I could have
everybody
sworn
else
there was
has
someone
just a
else.
club options.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking. It might have been arbitration or club options that are coming up. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of. So Muncie has a club option in 28. Uh, but he also has freaking like great, like, oh my God. Shall I read you the the fine details of Muncie's contract?
Is it crazy? Yeah, go for it.
So okay, so 28 club option, $3 million buyout. 26, there's a plate appearance incentive,
Hmm,
so 15,000 for each from 401 to 550.
interesting.
In same thing for '07, except it climbs to 20,000 from 401 to 500, and anything over 500 is 35,000 for each appearance.
Wow.
Uh, 2028 again has the same what's it called, plate appearance escalator as
Hmm.
27. So the more bats he gets, the more extra money
Hmm.
he's gonna come. But his contract is 10 million.
Yeah, he's actually really cheap.
And yeah.
So that's a team contract for sure.
Mhm.
It kind of reminds me like a little bit of the old Kenta Maeda contract,
Mhm.
which I thought would be one way that teams would try to move going forward. Because Maeda had like a ton of escalators on his contract. You get X number of wins,
Yeah.
you get X number of strikeouts, you pitch X number of games. Here's $1 million. Here's another $1 million. I mean, I think that first year or second year he was only on paper salaried for like 8 million, 9 million, but with escalators I think it'd be like 14 or something.
Mhm.
So it was one way to kind of get buy-in, like, hey, here's what we're going to pony up front, but if you do all these things for us, we're almost like, increase your pay by 50%, if not double it. I think with some of the escalators are crazy.
Yeah.
He never got to that point, which is partly why I think he left so readily, because he wanted to be a starter, and a lot of his escalators were provisional on him starting as far as getting those innings counts.
Hmm.
But he was showing himself to be really good out of the pen instead, right? And so he was kind
Yeah.
of dead set on being a starter, which, starter pitchers are like that. They see the bullpen as a demotion. I get it. But I always wonder what could have been with him had he stuck around and just accepted being a starter slash bullpen guy, right?
Yeah.
So,
Like, that's kind of how Diaz's contract is. It's a little bit structured that way.
hmm
Like he gets $1 million for 55 appearances, and I think in any of his contract years,
oh, okay.
and then games finished, he gets a $750,000 bonus
Wow.
for 45 and 50. So
Well,
if he
he's already
makes it,
got, what, 3 appearances so far?
yeah, I know it's gonna be a crazy year. The Dodgers are like, damn it.
Well, I hope they don't use him too much, because we don't want him to be like burned out for the postseason.
True.
That's what you need him for. So, okay, let's move off Connor Griffin. Back to food talk. Which, did we do that last week or was the week before we did food talk?
I think it was last week
Yeah.
because of the start of the season. So we
Look at this
we
beautiful
brought up all
thing.
the crazy foods.
The
Nacho
relish of
hat.
Euro.
That's so fucking. It's so good.
Chips, cheese, lettuce, jalapenos, pico de gallo, and more. Now, like, I think we talked about this earlier, between you and me. Those pointed that the whole hat is not a chip, as a la The Simpsons, right?
Yes.
I
Yes. Very
understand
much so.
why, like, hygienically, that was probably a good idea not to do it that
Hmm.
way. But it is in the little paper dealy here, and there is, like, I think it's tortillas along this edge here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's chips in
I,
the
I
middle.
wonder.
So
I wonder if that's just like a deep fried, kind of like a tortilla salad bowl.
oh, could be like a tostada almost.
Yeah.
Could be, because it is not floppy, right? So
Yeah. It does look like it's holding its shape, and it's kind of cracked right there on that one
oh, yeah,
side.
yeah,
So
yeah. Okay, yeah, maybe that's what it is.
I'm
It's a
I'm
giant tostada ring, or maybe it could be
I'm
pieces.
hoping.
Whatever it is,
Right. It's a nacho slash taco hat.
yeah. Whatever it is,
Or
it's giving us bad ideas about going to a Rangers game for no reason other
visiting
than to get
Texas.
this
Yeah.
hat. Yeah. We can just say we just want to
uh,
see their stand that looks like a barn.
right.
I
Oh yeah.
mean, they do have some crazy food there. This is next level. Now, I wonder if we can sit there and see how long we can actually sit in our seats eating off our hats the whole time.
Oh, dude, that'd be crazy.
Like, just reach
Eat
up
from
there.
my
It's like, I don't even know what I'm getting with this chip. Let's see.
eat from my hat.
Right? Lean over, and just
it,
shit goes spilling everywhere.
it'd almost just be like, okay, what's it called? We're not gonna buy seats next to each other. We're gonna buy seats tandem. So, so
Yeah,
once somebody sits below
yeah. I
you
was gonna
in
say in
front,
front and
and then
behind.
one
Yeah.
in the back. Yeah,
So just eat off the top of each other's heads.
yeah.
We'll have to get like a whole bunch of people to do that with us. Just sit all in a row with nacho hats. Sucks to be the guy in the
It's
front
the
though.
it's the new snake.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a new beer snake. Yeah.
Oh, they got to do it. So I want to see someone at Ranger Stadium do that. Like, no more beer snake. It's nacho hat snake
Yep.
now. It does suck
Come
for the
on.
guy in front though. I will say.
It just yeah, a little bit.
Or if there's a home run and everyone jumps up, that could be disastrous. I'm just saying.
Or the guy in the front is like eating what's it called? Helmet nachos.
Oh yeah. Yeah, keep it hat themed. Oh man. Well, shall we close it out with our last tidbit of information for this week?
Yeah. Some sad news. Former friend.
Yep. Former Dodger legend Jason Heyward officially announces his retirement. 16-year career is not bad. That's awesome.
Hmm.
I think we can all remember the hype of when he was called up. Like, it was like people were complaining about how Aaron Judge chasing the American League home run record, which is so stupid to me. Either you take the whole record
Yeah.
or you don't, right? Um,
Hmm.
how they were like pausing ESPN with the cut to his at bats, but they did the same thing for Hayward when he was his first rookie at bat. Not a TV cut that, oh, we're gonna go see Jason Heyward's first at bat,
Yep.
which I believe was a home run. Good for you. I don't
Was
think people really appreciate how hyped he was as a rookie. I mean, he was like the it guy. He was a second coming, right?
yeah.
I mean, he had a great career. Don't get me wrong. He
Hmm.
just he just didn't have longevity. 16 years is not an accident if you're not a good player. So don't remember him only by the back end of his career. Take his career as a whole, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, nobody should ever look at a player at the end of their
Yeah.
career. I mean, unless they go out like
I mean, we're
on
seeing it right
top
now
for
with
some
Trout too.
reason.
Like people forget how
Yeah.
good Trout was.
Yeah. I think that's why he was like surprising them with how spry, I guess you could say he was.
Yeah, it's like
He
he hit like
started this year.
2 home runs in 3 games. Everyone's, oh my god! It's like, yeah, that used to be normal for him. Like this is MVP era Mike Trout we're seeing, right?
Hmm.
Granted, it's only been 5 games, but it's just fun to see. Mike Trout's not that old. He's older, but not like he's ancient.
Yeah.
Was he 33, 34? I think he's been around for a minute. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, Jason Heyward. I mean, good dude. First of all, great interview. A lot of charity work. I feel like every team he's ever been on loved him. Like I don't know a lot of places that really. I mean, they talk crap about like his bad play towards the twilight of his years, but I don't think
Yeah.
he was ever a bad teammate or people ever said anything really, bad about him. He was never offensive to anybody. Um, yeah, I mean, it was kind of inevitable. His last couple of years, the Padres were injury ridden. You know, he wasn't really playing
Hmm.
anymore, which is why he announced retirement. Because I think they're going to DFA him or cut him anyways. But congratulations on a great career, Jay Hay.
Yep.
We're glad we had to see you for a couple of years as a Dodger, which will be our last slide because he's also our Dodger of the week.
Was
It was a short career with the Dodgers.
it was.
Very short. So technically two seasons, but it was like 1.5 or like 1 3/4
Yeah.
because he got cut in like August of 24 or DFA'd, I think, which kind of sucks. Um, he did get a World Series ring though for 24. He's
Yeah.
not listed as a champion for 24.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy.
But I do remember it was funny. I think it was the first year, or when they first signed him. There was a story they showed on Backstage Dodgers with Freddie, and
Hmm.
Friedman corroborated this that Freddie kept poking into his office during the off seasons. Hey, just let you know, Jason Hayward's available. You know, because they are
Yeah.
famously like best friends. They're BFFs.
Hmm.
Um, I may be misremembering this story because it was from a Backstage Dodgers I watched in 23, right? So 3 years ago now. But they actually first met in, I don't think it was a little league tournament. I think it was like one of those national travel league tournaments as under 18,
Oh, okay.
and that's where they hit it off.
Oh.
They became friends that way, and then they both ended up getting drafted by the Braves.
Hmm.
They stayed in touch the whole time, and then as they were both in minor leagues, they also roomed together the whole time. And they have a lot of funny stories.
Oh.
If you look at videos, either when they were talking with the Dodgers television broadcast, they had interviews with the Braves where they talked
Mhm.
about it too. How they both drove each other nuts, but they're also like inseparable. Like they
Huh.
still like the I saw, I think it was Chelsea Freeman, Freddie's wife, kind of joked about that's why they still live in Atlanta is because that's where Jason Hayward lives.
Oh, that's kind of
Like they
cool.
never fully moved to LA. Like they have a house here, but they still own a home because it's like down the street from Jason Hayward or something like that. And yeah, I mean they hang out all the time. They're really good friends. They have a lot of great funny stories about each other. Um, their careers were on very different trajectories. Jay Hay was a huge rookie, right?
Yeah.
Freddie kind of was, but not that highly celebrated. Because remember, this is Pudgy Freddie back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Not to the extent of
Yeah,
probably
like he
where
was
he
a
was
highly
at. So.
touted rookie, but he wasn't like the second Willie Mays, like Jason Hayward was supposed to be,
Hmm.
right? Or the new Hank Aaron. Jay athletically was also way more talented, but he also played a premium position. Well, not premium, but compared to first base,
Yes.
he's playing a much more athletic position. Freddie kind of stood there the whole time at first base. Not that he's not
Hmm.
athletic; he makes great catches, great grabs, but that can also be said. or explain why their careers have panned out a little differently. Jason Hayward's got a lot more mileage on those legs than Freddie Freeman does.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so Jay Hay came out strong in the beginning, and kind of slowly trailed off. I mean, he was never terrible, really, until
Hmm.
age caught up with him, which is the years when he left the Cubs and went to the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Freddie kind of started off okay. He had a great rookie season. Um, Not like mind blowing, because he was getting handed the reins by Chipper Jones, right?
Yeah.
And he did pretty good the first couple of years, and especially after Jay Hay was traded to the Cubs, or was he let go? I think he was traded. Freddie was kind of who held the team together because that was when he was in his quote unquote prime years, like the best Freddie Freeman were those years with the Braves, and which is also kind of bittersweet to him because he talks about how you know he's like, you're playing with your best friend, you get drafted with your best friend, you come up together with your best friend, and then he gets traded, and then you realize
Yeah.
that baseball
Yeah.
is a business, right? Like, because you thought it'd
Yeah.
be together forever, and then it happened to him again with the Dodgers. Like, he was super jacked up that Jay Hay came over. They were always together, like in the dugout during practices. You always see them kind of chopping it up and talking, and you know,
Hmm.
and then he got cut too again. And Freddie kind of said, it's like, I understand why, because he honestly
Yeah.
wasn't playing that great. As a replacement level player,
Yeah.
as a utility guy, they had better options, and they needed the roster spot, which is unfortunately why he had to be let go. Um, Not the Dodgers' fault. Heyward even admitted that as well. He just could have played better. He just didn't. You know. Um,
Yeah.
it is funny though, like in the comments here, or my little informational blurb, his last at bat with the Dodgers was a pinch hit, go ahead 3-run home run.
Yeah.
And he was, I think, DFA'd like 2 days later. You know. So I mean, that's just the long, precipitous career of someone who plays for 16 years. You know.
Yeah.
And
That's
Freddie is still going. I think Freddie says he wants to play until he's 40, so 4 more years. He has inferred kind of directly to Andrew Friedman on TV, which is funny, that he wants to stay with the Dodgers for 4 more years, but that's not up to him, quote unquote, right? So hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
hmm.
And Freeman's been kind of, I don't say dodging the subject, but he says, he gives a very Friedman like answer, like there's definitely a discussion to be had there, or something like that, right? It's interesting because I don't think even 3 years ago Freddie would have ever said that. I think he would just run out his contract and then go play the Braves for another couple of years and retire. Right.
Yeah.
So that is the effect. Well, I mean, winning and on a team like that with Mookie Otani, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Hmm.
Of course you want to stay, right? But I also understand on from Friedman's position, it kind of puts the Dodgers in a bind because Freddie is not getting younger, right? Obviously, um, there's not a lot of depth at first base in the minors for the Dodgers. There are options like Dalton Rushing can play first base. There's been discussion about Freeland playing first base. There's what's his name too? Tibbs. They've talked about potentially playing first base, right? But not their natural
Yeah.
positions.
No,
So, and same for
definitely
third
not.
base. There's no real locked in option for third base either. Like all the best prospects of Dodgers right now are outfielders.
Yeah. No, that's true. Like I looked up, I think like of the top, like there's not even, well, there's Freeland, I think at like 15.
Yeah,
And then there's I think there's Quintero, but he's not like, I think he's outside the top 20, I think at
yeah.
this point right now. And everybody else is like literally outfield. And it's like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
outfield, 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 right? Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
there's like this embarrassment of riches in the outfield, and they're all very young still too.
Mhm.
Which is why I was telling my other coworker, um, I fully expect Hale to not get another contract for his
Oh yeah.
age and for his cost, because that could be Zaire Hope, Jose De Paula, Kendall George, right?
Yeah.
Much cheaper,
Easily.
much more upside at this point. Even Kyle Tucker, if he wants to opt out in 2 years, no problem.
Mhm.
We have like three of our outfielders are top 100 prospects in baseball. I think it is right now, and then
Yeah.
below them, there's like 10 more in the top 200. So
Yeah.
one of them is going to stick, is what they're hoping. I think. I'm more worried about infield. Um, Second base, Tommy Edman will come back eventually, but for how long? You know,
Yeah.
Kike is not an everyday player. He's also on the 6-day IL right now. Third base and first base are going to be a hole to fill, and not just defensively, but offensively. Once Muncy ages out, once Freddie ages out, those guys
Hmm.
are big producing dudes in in the infield. Now it would be hilarious to see Freddie end his contract and the Dodgers get Matt Olson.
Yeah. Right.
If Freddie goes back to the Braves. I hope that doesn't
What
happen,
the
but
hell?
that would be hilarious. Who knows? I don't know what the. I'm sure Freeman's got it planned out, and Brandon Gomes and Faranzaide and whoever else. I'm sure they got sort of master plan in place. Um, but as far as promotion from within, I don't see a lot of silver lining, if you want to call it that, or you know upshot in the minors. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely no path, I guess, is the like
There's no
upgrade
obvious
path, I
replacement,
guess.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
I
So
don't know. It's
yeah,
gonna be
I mean, it
interesting.
was definitely it. Yes, Gavin, it will be interesting.
Yep. He's like, I'm how tall?
Like
I
what?
shrunk by how many inches? Our meme king, Gavin Lux. And is that James
I
Outman
miss him
next to
so.
him?
I miss him so much. I think so.
Yeah. Is that Audi? I don't know if it's Audi or it might be one of the other younger dudes that we barely remember.
Yeah.
Oh man, Altman was his rookie cards went from like $200 to $5 in a hurry
Yep.
for his autos.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I liked him too. I wanted him to be good, but he's a strikeout king at this point. They've been trying to
Yep.
fix him, it's just not working. Same with Bobby Miller. Bobby Miller got into a funk and he just can't get out of it. And that's the thing with the
Damn
Dodgers.
it,
It's like
Bobby.
every minor league baseball system. It's like not everyone's gonna hit. You know,
Yeah.
like chasing prospects with cards is fun, but you got to know most of them are not gonna
Mhm.
make it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's one of those like, will they, won't they, and then if they do, like, good. But
Yeah.
are you the kind of guy that wants to flip right away on them, or like, do you feel comfortable? I don't know, dude. Like, it's always a
Well, the irony for me with baseball
it's
cards
always a
and,
weird
and
thing.
people who collect for value, right? Or I collect the only for speculation is that the actual like Bowman cards, like pre pro debut cards, are actually not worth much in compared
Yeah.
to their actual first rookie card, like for flagship, for tops, for example.
Yeah.
It's
Boom.
like it's like a Clayton Kershaw Bowman rookie is not worth as much as his actual flagship rookie card. So
Yeah,
it's
because yeah, I mean that's more of a brand, like, big name recognition thing.
hmm
Like, people aren't gonna like uh, Bowman is definitely more of a speculative market.
traditionally,
You
yeah,
know, like, yeah, if they're gonna do good, like, this is really cool. Like, or like, I hate to call it nepotism, but basically it is what it is,
yeah,
right?
right,
Like, somebody's kid is playing baseball right now,
hmm
like Andrew Jones's kid,
yeah,
and so he carries like a big weight with like, oh, he's the next big thing
yeah,
because of his dad and blah blah blah. And then but if he actually does make it, his actual flagship tops baseball rookie card will be
yeah.
good. But right now his Bowman like first
Well,
card
I also mean like even
is
after the fact, right? Like the video where we we pulled the Jose de Paula patch auto, right?
yeah.
Which is amazing for us. Like, let's be real. Like, that was the craziest card we've ever pulled.
Yeah, but no, that but
but
that's like a thing of like
but let's say like
you would
Jose
you sell now.
makes it to the bigs, right?
Hmm.
Becomes an all star. Not say Hall of Fame. Let's say he becomes an all star, a solid player, whatever. No,
Hmm.
till the end of time, his rookie patch auto from Top Spectrum will always be worth more than that pro debut one.
Yeah, well,
So it's not.
except for now when because
Yeah,
it's his
yeah,
literal only card. Like
yeah.
so you
But I
so
mean,
that's what I mean is
that's
like
what's always funny about chasing or speculating on Bowman cards to me. It's like you said, it's only good until they get called up.
yeah. Well, yeah, I mean that's what the like that's what a lot of guys do anyway is that they'll flip those.
Yeah.
But especially like Bowman, I see flying all over the place before preseason, after the
Oh, like Roman Anthony
you know
cards,
after the
Paul Skeens
season, yeah,
cards. Yeah.
like they're trying to sell them to casual fans, kind of
Hmm.
sometimes,
And speculators
or
too,
people that
who don't know,
yeah, yeah,
whatever.
and people that potentially think that yeah, those will be worth more. But yeah, eventually it'll flip, and then the rookie card from flagship is going to be
Yeah, because
the
like
better card.
your logical assumption would be that like the Bowman first card be worth more than his rookie flagship card, but that's not the case.
No,
Because look, it's literally his first card. Nope.
yeah. I think like a perfect example of that too right now is Paul Skeens. Like
Hmm.
his first card was pretty was going for a lot
Yeah,
for a while. I mean, but his rookie card from the Pirates is actually the higher card at this
yeah.
point now that he's been in the league for like 3 years. So
Nothing as crazy as that. What was it, the MLB debut patch card that
mhm.
finally got pulled?
Oh yeah,
But yeah, I mean,
we'll give you. I don't want it. I don't want your season tickets, Pirates.
yeah. Thanks, but no thanks. Like I told you before, like
uh,
we may be in the minority for this, but we don't collect for value. Like value's cool. Like we love a card
yeah,
that's worth a lot of money, but we're in it for the actual collecting aspect and not the prospecting, um, you know,
part,
reselling aspect of it, right?
yeah,
Because the cards aren't worth anything until you sell them.
yeah,
As I tell people all the time, like oh, I have a card worth $500. You have a card that's worth nothing right now until you sell it.
right,
It's worth what you paid for that boxer pack until you sell it.
yeah,
Then it's worth that much money. Um, and that's the kind of collector's fallacy: is you collect, 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 and hoard, thinking that one day you're going to sell these cards and make it rich. But if you're a real collector, you don't want to sell those cards because that's your that's your prized possession,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean, unless somehow you get like super lucky and you come on, like if you get a number to 5 and you have like 1 in 3 or something like that. But
Yeah,
that the odds of you even coming close to that is I don't know, like even seeing it in a freaking display is a lot for especially like one of one for sure. You're
well,
never gonna
for a
see.
big name guy, because I see one on ones
Yeah,
all over the place, but they're usually for guys who are like no one cares about. I
yeah,
have a one on
one
one,
of fives.
you know,
Yeah, one of
but
fives will be
it's never
different.
good.
But yeah,
Yeah,
it's your collection. Do what you want with it. But
yeah.
yeah,
Like I said,
if you're gonna speculate, just
yeah.
don't get attached to the cards.
Mm-hmm. That's the cards of the players, you know.
Yeah.
But like I think we've said this before, and I'll say it again till people stop get tired of hearing it. You know, if you're just collecting for value and you have no interest in opening packs, the AKA gambling aspect of it, just buy singles. It's way cheaper.
Yeah.
You get a known product. Just make your life easier that way. And don't worry if you pay like $5 more than like the average price on eBay. Who cares? Did you want the card or not?
Yeah.
Because like people talk about, oh, I got ripped off because I paid $5 more for this $50 card than it's been selling for. Who cares? Did you
Hmm.
want the card or not? Because I always say MSRP is a myth. The price is whatever the market will bear.
Yeah. Oh, that's always the thing. It's like, will the market pay for it?
Yeah,
Yes or no?
yeah.
And
Anything it's worth whatever people are going to pay for it. And that's all there is to it.
yeah.
Now we'll have to have a discussion. Maybe in the off season we'll talk about something that's kind of been hanging over the whole hobby, which is are we in for a crash? Right.
Hmm.
Part of me says yes. Another part of me says I hope so.
Yeah.
Because prices are ridiculous. Box prices are ridiculous. That's why you're probably going to see us open more and more non-baseball stuff. If I want to be frank about it, or non-top stuff, like we'll probably do flagship every time, right? That
Hmm.
that tends in pro debut, all the stuff that's good value. But Chrome and stuff is just it's getting ridiculous. There's too many releases. They're way too
Yeah,
expensive
it's
now.
nuts.
They're pricing us out. We're not doing this to make money. We're doing this for fun.
Hmm.
And when it gets that expensive, it stops being fun.
Yeah,
Because then you start stressing about like, oh, I hope I get a card worth X amount of money, when you know it's not going to happen. You know.
yeah,
So not to be a downer, but that's just the state of it. And
the way it is.
I said this in the Kingdom Discord. It's like the real. I've dealt with collectibles for a large part of my life as both a buyer and seller and a trader. Not trader with an O-R-E-R, D-E-R. But really, it's an indication of a healthy pool of collectors. Is the more not just value, but the more willing you are the more you see people are willing to be scamming people, stealing, etc., scalping. It's because it's
Mhm.
popular. If your hobby does not have a lot of that, it's not that popular. That's just the way the world is, right?
Yeah.
Look at Pokemon cards. They get stolen all the time. They get scalped all the time. You got that famous video of people like knocking each other down at Costco to buy boxes, right?
Hmm.
Stuff like that. But it actually demonstrates the market power of that hobby.
Yeah.
We don't see people knocking each other down for baseball cards. Like the super box at Costco are not. Every time I've gone to Costco, they've been a whole pallet of them. You know, not that they're that
Yeah.
limited or
Yeah.
anything. There are limited cards in there, but not anything super crazy. And you can still find boxes for flagship, not too much over MSRP.
Hmm.
Damn scalpers. But it's again, it's a weird thing where it's like you kind of want to see it because it means your hobby is popular, and more people in the hobby
Yeah.
usually means you make more friends. You have bigger communities to hang out with, and you're gonna get jerks, of course, but you're gonna meet a lot of cool people too, like we have, right?
Yeah.
Um, and when you're like a real niche hobby, like I was involved in model cars for a long time. Doesn't seem niche, but high end is niche for sure, right? And it's a very tight
Hmm.
community, which is kind of fun in its own right, but also a little suffocating because it was really the same 5 or 6 people who pretty much were always in the conversation of the hobby, right?
Yeah.
And it kind of made it boring, you know. There were a lot of people willing to make deals because it was the same people all the time holding all the cards, literally,
Hmm.
right? Or buying up everything that was cool, So
Yeah. Yeah. That always ends up being what happens. It's always like the same 5 or 6 people just trading cards,
yeah,
or somehow getting product that
yep,
the other guys want. And so the high end cards are always part of a package deal,
yep.
within their niche community within the
Hmm.
niche community.
Yeah. I mean, you see it all the time, even with things that are a little larger, like in the model train community, you see that sometimes.
Hmm.
With some of the really rare, like hand built ones, that are mostly for display, not for running on track. Um, where someone with enough capital will go out and buy everyone in existence, because some company closed down or some guy stopped making them, right? And then kind of trickle them out to make a huge profit. And your customer base is not as huge as, let's say, baseball cards, but there's also not a lot of product out there. And so you get like those barren type mentality, right?
Yeah.
I've seen with that. I've seen it with in the olden days with anime collectibles too. There were
Hmm.
very few places to get stuff, especially rare stuff or things that were harder to come by, like Macross for a long time. Mostly because of Harmony Gold. Thank you, Harmony Gold.
Damn
Bastards.
you.
I'm so glad you lost your license. Well, you didn't lose your license, but it got split off. Um, and that's why we still see in like the Macross toy collecting community, the old stuff's crazy expensive still, just ridiculous,
Mhm.
right? So it was just so hard to get, and the ones who have them are not giving them up. So we don't see that as much anymore because Bandai, Hasegawa et al. Just make a million of everything.
Yeah.
So everyone. One thing I do kind of lament, not only with like robot toys and baseball cards and everything else, is the whole like pre-sale market. I kind of miss like you worked at Toys R Us, like waiting in line
Mhm.
because it came out that day. Now it's like, oh, pre-sale a year before, and everyone just orders it then.
Yeah.
Then a year later, it comes out, and people are showing it off, posting pictures, but you can't find them anywhere because it was pre-sold a year ago,
Yeah.
which kind of sucks, right? So it's the FOMO is what gets people to spend, but it kind of sucks because I liked, like when I was a kid, like, oh, this cool Hot Wheel came out, and then like you'll forget about it for a week, and then you'll see it at Toys R Us. Oh, cool, that's the one I wanted. Now you got people pre-ordering or stocking stores and just cleaning out the shelf the second it comes out, and then putting it on eBay.
Yeah.
It's not a collector's market; it's a scalper's market. So I don't know. It's a good and bad. Like it's an indicator of a healthy economy in those communities, but it's bad because it kind of boxes everybody out. Like baseball cards are not a kids thing anymore.
Yeah.
No kid's gonna drop $100 on not more than $100 now on a hobby box, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Even blasters, it's $50, right? Or
yeah.
megas for 50, and blasters are 30 now, I think.
Yeah. I mean, even a pack, like if they had been able to somehow keep a pack under $12, or not even $12, under $10, like I think that the community's future would be better
Well, see, the
off
problem
right
is they
now.
do have packs that are cheap, and those are retail packs, right? The ones you see at like
Yeah.
Lowe's and Ace Hardware, like random places. Like 7-Eleven
Mhm.
has them too, and they're like $3, but
Yeah.
nobody buys them because the hit ratio in retail is abysmal.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
It's really bad. Like I'm not talking like fat packs, or hangers or whatever. I'm talking actual like retail display boxes. They still make them. They just don't get talked about, and nobody
Mhm.
opens them because you're not guaranteed crap in a box.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
it's
know,
bad.
I've seen some people open a whole box just for fun and get nothing but like at best the stars of MLB.
Right.
So it's like,
It's always so bad.
yeah. So it's just, yeah. I don't understand. Like I mean, they're making money. I get it. It's a
Mhm.
business. You're not making money off kids. You're making money off adults, right? Because we used to be kids, and that's why we're still buying baseball cards. We used to when we were children. But you're not serving that younger collector, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Because they're just priced out. They're never gonna get a cool card. They're never gonna. It's not like the old days where you sit there and trade with your friends, or you go to the comic book store and buy a couple packs just to hang out, right? Oh, let's see what I got. Because you can't get anything unless you buy a hobby or a jumbo box, really. Then you're guaranteed an
Mhm.
auto. And, no kid's gonna walk in and drop $300 on a jumbo. I mean, some kids were, but not anyone we know.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of, did you see well, Kike has been
Yeah, he's been doing like
uh
social media about like Pokemon cards and things like that, right?
yeah. So did you see that he got a case of Transcendent?
Oh,
Well,
he did.
not a case, but like he bought the package, I guess. It's a
Oh, okay.
suitcase. So
Okay.
but it was very funny. Like I guess like he has somebody that haunts him too.
Uh
And he got like 2 cards in it from that same guy, and
oh.
he's like, "What the hell, man?" Like, it's funny how he has some of the same gripes as a collector, because
Yeah.
he's like, "Top student said this to me." Like, he's like,
Yeah.
"I bought this, so we'll see if I'm making money or if I'm not making money." So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, unfortunately, his hit rate was bad, so he didn't get, like, anything too big,
Hmm.
but it's just funny to see that even he doesn't have the best of luck when it comes to
And that's
some
that's
stuff.
honestly the general collector experience, right? Like if you're just buying
Yeah,
boxes and packs, that's generally what's gonna happen. Like don't believe what you see on social media because there's always like every other day there's I know my first hobby box I bought in years and I got this Otani auto or a Paul Skeens auto whatever. I mean
yeah,
you see that so often you think it's common. It really isn't. And who knows, that guy could be lying anyways. People just do it to get like fake internet points. So
Very true.
What scored there? Did we lose something?
No, that was me.
Oh, um, but yeah, I mean, we see stuff like that all the time, and I said, don't believe that. Most of you are gonna buy something and get nothing you like.
Yeah.
Watch our
But I mean,
videos.
but I mean, yeah, I mean, go for it and buy it. Like,
Yeah, have fun with it.
if it's gonna make you happy, and if it's something that you want to get back into or you want to do it. Like,
Hmm.
it's not a, nobody's holding you back. If you're that dude that's gonna hit something and post it online, do that as well. But
Yeah,
we're just saying, like, temper your temper your
expectations. Yeah.
expectations with this stuff, because I don't think I mean, the first packs that we bought, we didn't really hit anything big.
Oh no, I mean, I think I
In
bought
ours, like,
Omega and you bought like a bunch of blasters, and we didn't get anything really, not even a numbered card. But we didn't really care. I
yeah,
mean, we got a couple numbered cards, but it was like nobody's, right?
yeah. Well, it's nobody that we cared about,
Yeah,
essentially. So it was.
like Ahmed
But I mean, it's
just
cool.
haunts my
Yeah,
dreams.
it's a cool hobby if you just want to, like, look at cards and, like, talk about design and
Hmm.
kind of get into those aspects of, the hobby itself. But big money trades, you're going to be spending a lot of money. So and like you said earlier, sometimes it's better to just buy the individual card
Hmm.
in those instances, especially if you're trying to trade for something maybe bigger down the line. But you always got to understand, there's stuff that's probably never going to come down.
Yeah.
Shohei, I'm looking at you.
Well, we told that to one of our friend who has a pretty substantial investment in Shohei Ohtani cards. And he was
Yeah.
talking about when is the best time to sell. And I said, there really is no best time to sell, because by the time you realize it's the best time to sell, it's too late. And same with stocks, right? Like the best time to
Yeah.
sell is when you need the money, right, so to speak, when you're making money.
Hmm.
Um, but like I said, let's say everything goes perfect with Tony's career, retires, goes to Hall of Fame. I mean, you probably could hold off till he retires, right? His final
Hmm.
year, the card price will skyrocket, and then when he makes the Hall of Fame, right? And then it'll be a
Yeah.
long, gradual decline, as we've seen with every other card for a famous player, right? I
Yep.
says, but the problem with collecting real people is real people do real people stuff.
Yeah.
Not saying it's gonna happen, but let's say Otani murders somebody, you know, or does something
Right.
crazy, or who knows, and his card value plummets. So
Hmm.
all these guys who are spending thousands and thousands of dollars on unsigned numbered cards of his will see their cards worth nothing, right? We saw this with Wander Franco. We saw this with Julio Urias. We saw this with Trevor Bauer. A lot of these guys, they're still people. They're still fallible. Um, Shoot,
Yeah.
even after they retire and make the Hall of Fame, they're not guaranteed that they won't do something stupid,
Yeah.
right? So buy them because you like them. If you like the value of it, that's fine too. But if you really want something that's like a retirement investment, just put more money into your 401k. It's a much more guaranteed thing.
Hmm.
Or buy U.S. savings bonds. I don't care. Just deal in actual financials, not in collectible markets. I know there's a lot of like there's collectible ETFs now, and there's all these other ones, and people have asked me, and I'll be like, I do not recommend it. Like it sounds cool. Maybe you have some disposable income you want to throw in that and see what happens. Go for it.
Hmm.
But I don't see it as a tangible long-term investment, um, as opposed to just buying a bunch of ETFs for S&P 500 or high cap or whatever, right? Your long-term
Yeah.
growth is going to be more assured than any collectible will ever be, because the really expensive collectibles, especially if people look at vintage stuff, like it's not worth money because it's old. It's worth money because it's rare. Like comic books, right? That was a big thing because Spider-Man, Amazing Fantasy went for like the first time it went for like $250,000. People lost their minds, right? Like, oh
Hmm.
my god, these old comics were so much money. It's like they're worth money because everyone threw them away. They didn't take care of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we grew up in that era when like all of a sudden multiple covers are being printed, right? Collector's edition, this and that, and people were buying up 5 or 6 copies of every comic just to put in bags and keep forever, thinking they're going to sell them one day. and
Yeah.
that market crashed hard. It'll be where we're nowhere near what we thought we were, because again, they still printed a million copies of them, but now everyone's preserving them. So those million copies are still out there. I mean, again, the whole just because old doesn't mean it's worth a lot of money is, look at some of the lesser known heroes or unpopular ones. Like I remember there was a bin at my local comic book store when I was a kid that had a bunch of like
Mhm.
debut issue comics. And some of it, he's a longtime collector. Some of it was kind of a joke, right? These are the characters that never went anywhere or series that never became popular. So yes, it's a number one debut issue, but they're very cheap. And I remember I bought it just for fun. Um, it was the first ever issue with Dazzler, and it was like
Oh, okay.
$2. I think I still have it somewhere as a joke, right? And it's like, yeah,
Hmm.
it's from the '70s. It's never gonna be worth anything, you know.
Yeah.
Or like the issue of X-Men where Lexicon died because no one cared about him.
Yeah. Like, oh well.
we thought we thought what was it? Superman versus Doomsday was gonna be worth $1 million. It's not,
Hmm.
because they printed 10 million variants and everyone kept all theirs. Look at Silver Age comics. Not worth a damn thing half the time. There was something, but not much compared to
Yeah.
like really rare Golden Age. Like Golden Age Spider-Man, or no, technically it's not Golden Age, but Stan Lee Golden Age Spider-Man. Sure, it's worth money. Amazing Fantasy is number one, but he also made a
Hmm.
lot of comics of like random monsters back then too. Like, he joked about it, like, "Oh, I just came up with a sound. They made a monster comic, like, oh, groan the monster, you know, Bartho from Mars, stuff like that." And they predate
Yeah.
Spider-Man. They're all Stan Lee original works. They're like $30, if that. You know, and just they're $30 because they're weird, not because they're valuable.
Yeah.
Even after he died, they didn't really increase in value. So baseball cards same way. Like the 1958 tops, whatever. Why is it so expensive? Because it was the first ever, and there aren't many left. You know, whereas like 1989 tops is worth nothing. It's still 30 years old, right? But it ain't worth anything. I still want to investigate one day, why we cannot
Mhm.
find cards from like 2001 to 2018 or 17, really. 18 we can find because of the Otani hype. You ever notice that though? Like 2005, 2006, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10 just doesn't exist in the open market.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
Like I find singles, but not boxes.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe they just didn't make that much of them. I don't know.
maybe like 2017 and up, we find boxes all the time. Oh shoot, even 2012 we find boxes all the time. That's where we got like the fires and the tops galleries from, right?
Hmm.
But that weird like 2000 to 2010 just like ceases to exist.
Yeah. I gotta think that it's probably. Well, I don't know if it's.
I mean, it is back end of junk wax, right? It's the aftermath of junk wax.
Yeah. But there was also a lot of good players that came up during
Oh,
that
100%.
that
Like
time.
a lot of great
So
players in that era. But I think people just weren't collecting, and I don't know. It's hard to explain because you think that no one collecting would make it rare, but those cards aren't worth much.
yeah.
So I don't know. Hard to explain.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Anyways, we're getting up on hour two. So thank you
Oh,
everyone for watching and following along,
yeah.
listening, what have you. Please hit us with a like and subscribe or some comments. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like. Um, Again, tell us we suck, but please be constructive because we know
Yeah.
we
Let us
suck.
know.
We always have problems.
For
or
God's sakes, I uploaded 2 videos without sound.
hey, I
Not
didn't want
like
to bring it
not
up.
like it
You know.
not like at the beginning, like 2 weeks ago. I'm
Mhm. That is the problem with doing these videos. Like once you open the butt, we can't go back.
Yeah.
Like you can't record opening cards and just put them back in the packs. Well, here's what I did open. Ignore the
Yeah,
fact that
like
these
I
are
had to
opened
do
already. Pretend these are
like
fresh.
video 3 was literally like half of it was a review.
Hmm.
And then 4 well, 4 yeah, the last one was good, and then we'll see. But yeah, so we do videos. Well, we do shorts on Monday
Yeah, I'm kind of editing
or
down some of our
stories.
videos and doing shorts on Mondays. Now they may be current videos, they could be older videos. Um, it's just something out there because as we've learned, most people like to watch short form videos than long form. So
Yeah.
it's hopefully to
So
entertain some people, get us some more traffic, some more attention.
I've got some shorts that are gonna be coming up as well. So
Actual shorts are just short videos.
no, it'll be it'll probably be some shorts because I think it's one card per pack that I have.
Oh, I don't even know about this, so I'm curious to see what you bought.
Yeah. So uh well yeah, I'll just leave it
Yeah, that's not
as a
no
surprise.
spoilers. Surprise us.
Yeah.
We also have some stuff sitting in the bin that we got from Kingdom that have sitting here in our cage.
Oh, okay.
So we have one. We have some things that are like only 2 packs with 3 cards each kind of thing. So those will be short too, short and sweet.
Waiting to be
We have
sweet.
another pack of cellophane wrapped cards for something we've never opened before.
Oh,
That'll be interesting. It's completely off from anything we've ever done. It has no relation to any other product we've ever opened yet. And we have some other fun stuff coming up. So everybody stay tuned. If you like cardboard as much as we do, there's lots of fun, wacky stuff in store still.
well, I can't wait to open more cards.
Yeah,
That's
in
for
general,
sure.
right? Like we keep finding cool stuff.
Yeah.
I want to look for more,
Okay.
more not vintage, but more like the Looney Tunes box was super cool. I wouldn't mind picking up more of those.
Mm.
Some of those weird junk wax era, like maybe there's a Scooby Doo set out there or something.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
I won't say Ninja Turtles. I know those are actually expensive, which is
Oh,
ironic because
for
I remember
sure.
having a bunch of them, and they were like $1. Um,
Yeah.
but we found those Star Trek cards, so maybe we go pick up some of those at Frankenstein next time. Those are pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Not a dupes, but they were sweet.
Yeah.
The collation was epically bad, but that's why it's a junk era. Or I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyways, stay tuned, everyone. Again, like and subscribe. Give us a shout out. Follow us on Instagram. Do whatever you got to do. Just give us some eyeballs and let us know if we're doing a good job or not, and so we can make things better or worse,
Yep.
depending how we feel. But thanks again. Uh, Once again, this is Shinjiro and my friend Kelly.
Yep. Thanks for joining us, guys.
We will see you guys next time.
Laters.